Waffle is currently in a fort, so I couldn't make the bed, so before somebody comments on that, there you go. So today I wanted to do something I've never done on this channel before that I see going around a lot on other channels. It's one of those kind of like generic beauty guru videos, even though I don't consider myself a beauty guru at all. But I have heard from a lot of people that they really love when vegans do tags or do videos that bigger people do, just so people can see that it is as easily accessible for us as it is for them to have the same kind of things, you know, beauty-wise. This is gonna be a what's in my travel bag. Now, when I travel, because I work at the airport, I know all of the ins and outs of what you can and can't take. I do like to separate my toiletries, like my bath stuff, from my makeup. I don't want it to burst. I put those in separate baggies, and I'm just kind of anal when it comes to that. So I do carry that separately. So you're not going to see anything today like shampoos or skincare or anything like that. It's going to be mostly focused on beauty. Now, depending on how long I'll be away, I'll take something smaller or something usually around this size. I try to be just as compact as possible because I don't want to lose anything. I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of my favorite products that you've probably seen time and time again, talking about some that maybe you haven't seen, and featuring something pretty amazing that I received not long ago. The bag itself is actually from MOTD. It's this incredible vegan cruelty-free company that I love. Thanks to my friend Rebecca, the Makeup Effect, I found out about them, and they actually followed me on Instagram forever ago, but I never thought that they were like Logical Harmony listed or anything like that. And their brushes are one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I didn't think I was ever gonna like any other brush more than the ones that I already have now, because I'm one of those like comfort zone people, but these have definitely taken over my collection. The bag itself is a vegan bag that came with a brush set that they sent me, so that's why I'm showing you guys this as well as what's inside. It's so beautiful. I'm a total sucker for rose gold, and then the zipper is also rose gold with a black lining. That way, if you do happen to get some things dirty, luckily it won't stain the inside, which is great. And I was actually able to comfortably put all of the brushes in here, plus all of the rest of my makeup items, which was awesome. So these are the brushes. They are fucking, try not to cuss, but they're so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my favorite brush out of the entire set, even though the whole set is fantastic. And the other really cute thing about them, before I forget, is that each brush is named something so cute and funny, like punny, and I love that. So they don't have the regular like MF30 or 920, whatever numbers and letters it may be, as the name. They actually have cute little names as a name, and it kind of gives you a hint of what you can use it for, which is great as well if you're a beginner. My favorite one is Beauty and the Base. I've been using this for my foundation, which is also in the bag, so I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys that. I'll just couple the brushes with the products in here. How about that? So the Sonia Kashuk Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation has been my go-to holy grail, like all-time favorite foundation, and it's incredible. Couple it with this brush and oh my god, the application is flawless. This is so soft and easy, and it just perfectly blends everything in without leaving it streaky, and you don't even need your beauty blender. I always have to kind of touch up with my beauty blender so it doesn't look bad or cakey. This just absolutely looks amazing. Now this isn't a cakey foundation to start with, so maybe that's why these just work so beautifully together, but this is like the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced, who we don't talk about anymore because they sold out to a bad parent. This is like the Born This Way for oily skin. That's the best way that I can describe it. It totally works for dry skin as well, at least in my experience. I have combo to oily, and it does not cling to my dry patches whatsoever, but this just gives the most beautiful finish. It keeps your skin looking like your skin. It just perfects everything, and then you can kind of spot conceal on really big acne areas if you have issues with that, and that's what I do if I have any kind of breakouts. But I've been lucky to just be able to use this, so I chuck this in my bag and I'm good to go if I'm traveling, and I love it so much. But this brush is magic on a stick. I cannot express enough how much I love it. Did I really just say magic on a stick? I did. That's okay. If I'm traveling, I'll take my Pixi by Petra Flawless and Poreless Primer, and I'll actually apply that with the same brush first before I put on my foundation. I just find that it helps give a more even finish to my skin, since I do have pretty textured skin. But it's nothing like absolutely incredible, even though I absolutely love the Pixi line itself. I just think the combination happens to be amazing. Like, these products work really well together. So next, for my contour and blush, I have been obsessed with the Red Apple lipstick products that I received. Instead of carrying like my entire contour palette from Lunatic Lab Cosmetics or my e.l.f. one that's a little bit bulky for traveling, I chuck these two in there and they're the perfect combination for everyday use because they're a little more natural. It's also great even if you're going out in the sun. You don't have to worry about like toxic chemicals or anything like that, even though I'm sure the foundation isn't that great, but we'll just go past that. But overall, I love using these two, and I can actually use the same brush for both products by MOTD, which is Get Cheeky With It. I love this brush. It's like the perfect angled contour brush that I love using to really chisel out your face, but then it also is fluffy enough to use the blush right after so you don't look like Neapolitan ice cream, and it blends really well together. It's so soft and it's just perfect. So I love using that for these two products. Now normally I use my concealer and my primer around the same time, like in the eye area. So the concealer I've been using is the Mineral Fusion one. Again, the Makeup Effects saved my life and introduced me to this, and I'm in love. Only thing is it's so tiny and it definitely runs out very quickly. For the price, I don't like that because honestly I think it's a little bit of a ripoff for the price. So I do wish that they would give you a little more for your money, even though it is an amazing product and it is more natural. So I'm sure that it's, you know, expensive for a reason. I'm just not the type that will keep repurchasing this and using it every single day if it's that expensive. But at least the eye primer is very cheap because it's drugstore. It's Wet n Wild. It's one of my favorites. It's been one of my favorites for years now. It was in their Fergie line and now it's just in their main line. I explained that to you guys in my 20 under 20 video, and a lot of you didn't know, but it's a photo focus eyeshadow primer. And then these two products, since I apply them around the same time, I use the same brush, which is the Conceal Your Secret from MOTD. I love this brush so much. It's so soft, but it's still pretty sturdy. So when you're evening out the concealer and the primer, you can really get into those nooks and crannies, but it won't be too soft to where it's gonna leave anything streaky. So it's just perfect for that, and I love it. To set all of that, I used this big Set and Go brush, almost said blush, and it's a little less sturdy, so it's a lot more fluffy, very comfortable. I don't know why I did that. New YouTube thing, you know, like, can you see it? Can you see it? But it's really nice to set all of your makeup, and I've been using my Beautifully Matte STYLI-STYLE powder. I know this says foundation powder, so it does add a little more of a layer of coverage, which is great, but if you use a very light hand, you can definitely use it as like a light dusting all over your face. I usually go for my RCMA if I want something really dramatic and I really want to bake and all that, but for travel, I like just taking a powder that's more compact, and these two together pair beautifully. You can set your whole face and you're good to go. I know this says Supermodel Sculpt, which is probably for like very fine contouring, but I actually have been loving using this for my highlight. And if I'm traveling, I'll take my OFRA Beverly Hills highlighter. I know it's on the pricey side, but it's so worth it. And you guys know I have a 30% off coupon, so if you're ever interested, make sure you use that because it'll give you a big discount. But this highlighter is life. I use it as eyeshadow as well as highlighter, which is I think why I like it so much. It's so versatile, and the colors are beautiful. Depending on what look you're going for that day, you can use anything around that little wheel, and this just really helps put the highlight in exactly the place you want it, while still kind of buffing it out nicely and not making it look like a straight line. So I love it for that, but I'm sure you can use it for a few other things as well. And then the last three I actually use in conjunction with one another for my eye looks, and they are Straight to the Point, which is a little angled brush that you can use for your waterline or whatever else, even your eyebrows. And then there is the Miss Shady Lady, which as it says is to use for your eyeshadow. And then the blending brush, which is called Eye Catching Crease. It's more of like a crease blending brush, but it does work really well for blending. I do love the Miss Shady Lady though the most, I think, just because it works to pack the eyeshadow on and then blend it at the same time, so you don't necessarily have to take more than one brush. This will do the job for your whole eye look, and it's amazing. And when I'm traveling, I usually take my palette separately depending on what eye look I think I'll be going for while I'm wherever I am. And right now I'm wearing ColourPop's High Maintenance palette as usual. I've been a little obsessed with that one, so I'll just kind of chuck a palette in my bag and I'm good to go. I'll either have a Z palette with a bunch of different colors if I can't decide, or I'll just have one specific one, like my lunatic one or something like that. So I don't have a specific one packed or anything like that, but I definitely take these brushes along. So those are all the brushes. They are amazing. I highly suggest you guys check it out. Check out the description below because I'll leave all the information on them and what set that is. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep going and show you what else is in the makeup bag that doesn't require a brush necessarily. So the basics that I've showed you guys before are like my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I swear they're putting less product in here because I'm running out of them so quickly now, and it's definitely more of a splurge for me because I don't like spending that much money on makeup. So I always have that in there. I use my Red Apple lipstick mascara a lot, so I'm pretty much out of it, which is why I'm not showing it to you right now. But I also really love the Eye of Horus Bio Lash Lift mascara. I did do a blog post on it, and I love this mascara so much. It's definitely a strange wand just because it only has bristles on two sides, the shorter ones and the longer ones, but I actually really love that because then you can get really in your waterline and you almost don't even have to wear eyeliner if you're ever doing a really quick look. It works as both, and I like that it's plastic bristles. You guys know I kind of favor those over natural bristles, even if they're cruelty-free, because this just really helps lengthen my lashes and separate them. And I like that it penetrates your lash line as well, because I don't know, I think subconsciously I think it helps them grow when probably it doesn't. You also know that I love my Stylist liquid liner from STYLI-STYLE, so I definitely chuck that in there as well. And again, STYLI-STYLE is just killing it as always. I have been obsessed with their Line and Seal lip. I use the one in Dusty Rose, and I take that with me everywhere I go because if I ever need to kind of touch up the line of my lipstick, this works really well for that, and then it won't budge. And I find it very important to have like a basic nice mauve color when I travel because that's usually what I go for. Lipstick wise, I would definitely take OFRA Charmed. It's one of my go-to everyday ones. Right now I'm actually wearing Jordana's Tiramisu, but normally on a daily basis I would wear this one because it's a lot more comfortable, and OFRA formulas are my favorite of all time. Like I said, I have a 30% off discount, so don't forget to use it. And last but not least, makeup wise, I always include a gloss when I travel for those days where I'm being a little more natural and I don't really want a lipstick. And I love Tiny Dancer by Red Apple lipstick. It's super comfortable, but it gives a little bit of like a your lips but better / nude look to your lips while moisturizing them, and it's just a fantastic gloss. And the actual last thing that I keep in my makeup bag when I travel is usually a perfume in a small size. I know you would think that you'd put that with your toiletries, but when I travel, I keep my toiletries in my checked bag and I keep my makeup in my carry-on, so I don't want my perfume in my check bag just because I do like to kind of touch up throughout the day if I'm traveling somewhere really long. Like when I go to Brazil, it's 10 hours. That's not counting the layover in Miami. I like to keep a very small but potent perfume with me, and I cannot tell you guys how obsessed I've been with this brand. And I kept the packaging so I could show you guys. It's Define Me, and they're these little like oil fragrances in little roller balls, but they come in these tiny little squares, like glass squares, and oh my god, I really wish I had smell-o-vision because these are some of the most incredible scents I've ever smelled in my life. You only need a tiny bit and you smell so good throughout the day, and it uses your body's like natural odors, you know, to kind of accentuate that musk and make it smell even better the more you wear it. It's amazing. It's like a magic formula. I think Sophia Isabel is definitely one of my favorites. I just am obsessed, seriously. Again, not sponsored, but they were kind enough to send me this, and I have just been finding it the perfect thing to have in my purse overall. So yeah, those are all the things that I carry in my travel bag. If you guys carry your own set of goodies that you want to tell me about so I can go check it out, let me know below in the comments. Don't forget that I still have a huge Zoya giveaway going on in my Instagram. You can win the whole set of lipsticks, which is amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video as usual, and I'll see you next time. Bye!